Hey, what's up people? Rolling back with another video. Today we're going to do the class setup for the Reaper as expected and as I told you guys in the last episode. So let's get right into it. So first of all, we're just gonna talk about the Reaper like a little bit. Second, the Reaper is the new DLC weapon that comes with the Devastation map pack, but if you got a season pack, you can get it earlier. What is actually the Reaper? The Reaper is a SMG/AR hybrid weapon. Whenever you have your SMG, it is a typical SMG with a high rate of fire and a pretty good damage at close range and a moderate damage at long range. Whenever you have the AR mode on, it has a pretty good damage at long range and then a moderate damage at close range. It is a pretty good weapon overall. It is very OP and it is all around probably the best gun in the game as of right now, but it will probably get patched. As everyone knows, every DLC gun is overpowered and it gets patched. In the last like maybe month or so, it's gonna get patched. So that's the thing. So the first class I want to talk about for you guys is I only choose two types of class. I use pretty much every type of equipment, and there's only two types of equipment that I love, and it is probably the two equipment that is the most used and that are pretty normal and basic for this type of weapon. So I'm just gonna talk about the other equipment for a moment. I've used the extended mags. It doesn't really help that much because it is a really quick killing weapon, so I don't think extended mags is really needed. I use rapid fire on it. It does not change the SMG fire rate, it only changes the assault rifle fire rate. So that's the only problem. I didn't like it that much. I didn't see a really good use of it. And for bullet penetration, not that much. You don't really get a lot of kills through some metal shields or some walls. And there's pretty much that's it. The only under barrel attachment is the grip, and I'm going to talk about it after. And the two other weapons are the flash suppressor, the three others: flash suppressor, muzzle brake, and silencer. And I'm going to talk about now the flash suppressor isn't really needed because the gun has a good accuracy and it's pretty good overall without it. So the two equipment I'm going to tell you guys to use is, first of all, always use grip on it, because although it has a very good accuracy, having the grip is really going to help you concentrate your fire on the enemy, and it's really going to help you guys. I really think it's a good attachment for the weapon. So make sure to always have grip on it. It helps as an SMG whenever you're stuck and you have a long range fight, and it really helps for the assault rifle mode to have some pretty decent shot at really long range. So make sure to have grip. The other attachment I'm going to first of all talk about is the muzzle brake. The muzzle brake is really a great attachment for the weapon, and I have some example on screen. And you gotta make sure that whenever you use the muzzle brake attachment, that you take some shots always, because you have to take some chances. The muzzle brake really does increase a lot of damage on the weapon, and it's really becomes a strong and powerful weapon when it has muzzle brake. The only difference is that you will be appearing on the radar the enemy radar. But if you're pretty good and you know a lot of tactics, then you should be okay with the muzzle brake attachment. So the muzzle brake attachment for me is the best attachment for the gun. The second attachment for the weapon is the silencer, and which I consider is a pretty good attachment. Why? Because as always, you are hidden from the enemy radar, and it has a pretty good precision with it. Whenever you put the silencer, you reduce the recoil, and you can have some really good shot with it. But the only difference with the silencer is that it reduces a lot the damage of both the weapons, the AR and the submachine gun mode. But it is pretty acceptable and it is pretty good. The only difference is gonna have to, instead of killing in 4 to 5 shots, you're gonna kill into 6 to 8. Depending on how close and how far you're from the other person. The silencer on the SMG weapon on the SMG mode is pretty good. At close range you kill really quick, and it's pretty good. but whenever using the AR mode, it's gonna have some difficulties killing people at long range, and that's the only difference and the only difficulty with it whenever using the silencer mode. As for the equipment, sorry guys, for the secondary weapon, I would suggest using nothing, because you already have two weapons in the gun. You have AR mode and SMG mode. For equipment, such as concussion grenade and some other grenades, such as frag grenades and Semtex, this is for you guys. It's a versatile weapon. If you really want to use it as an objective weapon, I would suggest using concussion grenades and frag grenades to get off people from flags or blitzes. Or if you just want to slay everyone, do not use any equipment or secondaries, only use perks. For the perks, it depends really guys about you. I put my favorite perks on it were Marathon, Sleight of Hand, Ready Up, Focus, and the Silence, and I used the concussion grenade and the frag grenade. That's my favorite loadout for you guys that I suggest to you. And it's really good because you have Marathon, so you can run a lot a lot of distances. Ready Up because you're always running with Marathon. Dead Silence is very important. Focus is very important because you're gonna enter a lot of battles with these weapons because it is very good. And Sleight of Hand because you're always gonna want to reload fast. You're always gonna be in front of an enemy, and reloading fast is important. You want to get the advantage over the enemy. So that's pretty much it, class. For your kill streak, guys, this is for you to decide. You have to discover what you want. But I would suggest using the support as always, because you gotta make sure to have at least some SATCOMs or some Oracle on for your enemies to help your friends, your teammates, to have an advantage over your enemies. But if you want to use the assault kill streak, go for it. Go and kill everybody on the other team. That is perfect as well. And for specialist perks, use perks that will help you kill more enemies and be undercover. That would help you a lot more. So that's pretty much it. Round sums up the class setup for the Ripper. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment for a new weapon that you want me to cover to give you a new loadout. And as always, subscribe for more videos. Go with thyself. Peace.